Saints, I'm so glad you've taken a minute to listen to today's abiding reflection. It's taken from John chapter 4, and this is where Jesus meets the woman of Samaria at the well. And this woman comes out, it's noon, she comes out by herself, and she finds Jesus there. Isn't it interesting that we find Jesus sometimes in the most interesting places? There's no good reason why Jesus should be there, except that he has an appointment to keep with this woman, and he is never late for an appointment. Seldom early, never late. Jesus is always on time. Jesus is going to reveal some things to this woman, one of which is found in verse 24. He says this, God is spirit, and those who worship him must worship in spirit and truth. Notice the word must worship. We can't come to God any old way we want, any way that seems good to us, or any way that we think. Jesus here very clearly says we must worship in spirit. What does that mean? We have to be born again of God's Spirit. We have to be forgiven of our sins. Otherwise, we can't have fellowship with God, and certainly we can't worship him. I want you to also notice that the word spirit here means from the heart. It can't be monotonous. It can't be routine. It can't be done in rote. Just something that we go through the motions. It has to come from the heart. Worship always comes from the heart. Notice Jesus isn't saying anything about instruments or singing. Worship is something that happens in the heart. It's an attitude of the heart. And then Jesus also says, and in truth. The worship of God, who is spirit, must be in spirit, being born again, heartfelt, and in truth. Again, it has to be on God's truth. It can't be on any truth or your truth. Today, people have their truth. No, we come to God the way he says. And we come based on his truth. And that's how we worship God, who is spirit. We worship him in spirit and in truth. That is healthy, that is good. And that is the way that Jesus said we must worship. May that encourage you today as you walk with him, as you worship him, as you have fellowship with him. Coming to him in spirit and in truth is how we must come to him, because Jesus said so. May the Lord bless you.